creatures of the night. It's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Ring of Honor. I won't be here long. Now, we do start off with an emergency minion meeting. Now, we do have Athena, who's with Lexi Nair and Billy Starks, and some two guys who are minion and training. I guess they're security guards for the girls because Athena says that Ring of Honor is not safe, especially when Queen Aminata and Red Velvet are putting their hands on people. So they got security. And I'm gonna just put it this way: those security guards, girl, I could probably do a better job protecting this group. They don't look like people who mean business. Now, while Athena is talking about how they obviously need security, she also mentions that due to her injury, she is expected to be out for 8 to 12 months. At first, I thought I heard her say 8 to 12 weeks. Then I was just like, wait, did she literally say 8 to 12 months? After the show play the first time, you guys know a second live playing comes on. And yes, she said 8 to 12 months. And that right there, I hope is not true. Now, we do start off with our first match of the night, which is Lee Johnson versus Alex Reynolds. We do have Evil Uno, who is ringside with Alex. And once again, they're back to being heels. And I'm just like, why do they keep doing this? I'm so confused. Literally, every other time that they are in the ring, they are either a babyface or a heel. And it doesn't make sense, like how it's literally changing every single time. I understand Lee Johnson is a babyface, but even sometimes babyfaces go against babyfaces. And it's just like, why y'all changing every freaking week? It's annoying. The match is actually not bad. It's pretty much a handicap match with Evil Uno, who's obviously being evil, getting involved into this match. And that's obviously make things difficult for Lee Johnson. And y'all know me. I always say Lee Johnson is boring and everything. But after last week, that match that he had with Kyle Fletcher, oh my gosh, like, I won't say like I'm his number one fan or anything, but he's definitely impressed me. And I really wish to see the company take him more seriously, really try to help him in terms of, finding out what it is that works out for him. He needs some personality in the ring, and he needs some personality outside the ring. Give him opportunities to do promos, and I really feel like they could have a big star with Lee Johnson sometime in the future. Now, Lee Johnson ends up taking the win over Alex Reynolds, and I think that was very apparent. If y'all are looking for something that is not predictable, you're watching the wrong show. Now, after this, we do have Marina Shafir versus Erica Lee. Erica Lee, I don't think I've seen her before, but I was saying during my live stream that these opponents that they bring on over, these indie wrestlers that they bring on over onto the show, they almost never look convincing to me that they can even beat any of the people from Ring of Honor. Something about that I just don't really care for. So as soon as you see this, you already know. When they say so-and-so in action, it's a squash. This went on a little bit longer than I expected. This was like close to 5 minutes, which Marina didn't even need to be this generous with her. And she ends up taking the win. I think it's called a mother's milk, something like that, where she puts you in a sleeper where your head is on her chest and you fall asleep onto her chest. I think it's really cute. However, Marina girl, you need to change the gear. I think it's one thing, and then if they really want to keep building her up for people to take her seriously after all this time that they kind of fucked up with building her, I feel like the squash matches have to stop, and it has to stop quickly. Stop putting her in the ring with these indie girls that nobody has never seen, or that's not even going to come in the ring and defend themselves, because she needs to look strong. And if she's doing everything and her opponents are doing nothing but letting her beat up on them, then it doesn't look great. The match was okay. After this, we do have 3 jobbers that I don't think I've seen before, at least not on the show, go against Lance Archer and The Righteous. Y'all know what happens here. They end up winning, and the match actually wasn't a squash, which surprised me. They did give them a great amount of time to show, do the little thing, The Righteous Lance Archer, they have really great chemistry with each other. Sometimes I still wonder, like, why is Lance Archer even with that group? And the reason why I wonder that is because there was no story, there's no reason as to how it even happened or what came about with that. They need a story. They need to do some storyline with these guys. They could be the next trios champion if maybe Tony Khan would give an opportunity for people to go for the Unified Trios title. I would love to see that. They have a unique characters here with the Righteous and Lance Archer. If they really put their these brain cells together and come up with something for them, a backstory for them, and then also the story to play out on TV, people would really appreciate to see these interesting group together. And unfortunately, all they do is just have matches and they kind of look cool, but that's it. That's it. You guys already know who ends up taking the win. Taya Valkyrie also takes the win tonight against Trish Adora. And I need to even talk about this. Trish Adora is so freaking amazing, but loses every single time. Kind of like Lady Frost too. Lady Frost is another one that I really enjoy. Lady Frost will be on Collision tomorrow night. Well, not tomorrow night, Saturday night. And she's going against Stephanie Valkyrie. And I'm just going to say this, prayers to Lady Frost, because it's not going to go well for you, girl. I don't know, was really, really bored with this. Taya Valkyrie, full of personality. Trish Adora, full of personality. But the crowd, when I'm telling you, like, you could probably hear, I don't know, like somebody's lip gloss fall onto the ground because it was so quiet. And I'll say this, it's not that the match was bad or anything. It's just that the people who come to the shows to see Collision, most people who's there do not watch Ring of Honor. Like, for real, it's like me and 6 other people who are watching Ring of Honor who has a subscription. So they can't necessarily connect. Like, even if the match is not bad, they don't know what's going on truly with Ring of Honor. And it's hard for them to connect with people that they almost never see in the ring. So unfortunately, it was just really dead in terms of the crowd being there. After this, we do have a Proving Grounds match for the women's TV title. Billie Starkz versus Angelica Riss. Angelica Riss has been on Ring of Honor quite a few times, probably one of the most times out of all the indie girls that come on over to Ring of Honor. This match was actually pretty good. They kind of, the way their gear looked, it almost looked like they could have been tag team or whatnot. And I'm watching this and I'm just like, I like Angelica. I wouldn't mind if they signed her. There are quite a few girls in Ring of Honor, but I keep feeling like we're only seeing the very same ones. And those girls are usually going against either each other or they're going against these indie girls. Now, Billie takes the win. You guys know Proving Grounds. You have 10 minutes to last in the ring, or you can pin or have them submit throughout between that 10 minutes, and you can get an opportunity for that title. That's not going to happen. Billie Starkz takes it. It's a bit entertaining, I feel like, with these two girls. I would have loved to see a little bit more offense from Angelica, but you guys know, it's typical. Now, like I was saying before, the girls, it's like there's enough girls, but kind of not enough. We had Diamante had a match with Layla Hirsch last week, and Layla took the win. Now, when Layla won, Diamante whooped her ass after, and Layla has to be escorted to the back by doctors and referees and everything, while Diamante, walked with her head up to the back. Now, Layla Hirsch is having an interview where she's talking about what happened. Diamante interrupts. Layla Hirsch said that they have had 4 matches on Ring of Honor so far, and every single motherfucking time she beat a Diamante. And then Diamante was just like, well, nobody remember those matches. I'll give them something to remember. How about you and me in the ring in a no-holds-barred match? And I'm just like, oh, so y'all just went on to mention how we don't even remember that y'all just had already 4 matches, which honestly, I didn't remember. And then now y'all going for a 5th match, and they agree on it. They don't say when this is going to happen, but at some point, this match will happen. I could see them probably stretching this out, maybe until the pay-per-view next month. if that's the case, I guess that's all right. Because after hearing y'all just already win each other 4 times, I'm not interested right now. Now, we also do hear from Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. They said that they're bored and that they're going to pray for competition. Then Mike Bennett, who goes, I'm not a religious man and I don't pray. Then he gets on his knees and prays to Tony Khan that they will find true competition for them. They need a challenge. So far, all the teams that they've gone against ain't shit. So they end up showing towards the end of the night that they're going to be having the Undisputed Kingdom versus Metalik and Commander. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I can't say I'm excited about it. It should be an interesting match. Now, we had for our main event Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher. I was very against this when I first heard it, and I was just like, why are they doing that? Reason why I initially thought this was because since Mark Briscoe had won the title, he has not been on the show. That was since the last pay-per-view. And I'm just like, this was like, when was that pay-per-view? Was that like, I don't remember. Whatever it was, Supercard of Honor, that was a while ago, okay? Like 3 months ago. We have not seen Mark Briscoe on the show, which is very unfortunate. And since then, real talk, Kyle Fletcher, TV champ, has been putting on really great, memorable matches since he's been the champion. And while Mark Briscoe haven't been on the show, he's been more featured on AEW, obviously. Kyle Fletcher has been holding it down. Kyle Fletcher has also been on AEW TV as well. So I'm looking at this and I'm just like, damn, this is for the world title. And it's just like, why they put these two guys together, I don't know. But then I thought about it and I was like, Kyle Fletcher, with the TV title, has been holding it down on Ring of Honor. He is probably the most credible opponent for Mark Briscoe at this point. But then again, because he's been working so hard as, TV champion, I didn't want him to go down because it just seemed like he's not going to win that title. However, this match was so good. The audience was freaking alive. This is the loudest I've heard a Ring of Honor crowd in a very long time when it comes to their TV shows. They were absolutely in it. Man, I'm telling you, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, they're like so opposite, especially in age. You would just think that, that there would be a difference in energy. And no, they match each other energy so well. And oh my gosh, no matter what, both these guys are super resilient. And Kyle Fletcher, he really wants to have this title. And you can totally believe it. He's definitely being a total douchebag this entire match. And the crowd is booing him. It's just lovely. I love hearing boos like this. Every time Kyle would hit Mark Briscoe, the crowd would boo. Then Mark Briscoe would hit Kyle Fletcher, and then they would cheer. It was just such a really good vibe. And I'm saying this and thinking about even watching Dynamite last night. I didn't hear the crowd like that for Dynamite, for their go-home show last night too. So that's very interesting. They put on a really great match. And every time you think like you saw the end result where one of them was going to win, they end up kicking out. And I'm just like, damn, this is so good. Really, really good. I don't even know how long this match went, to be honest with you. But man, it felt so good to see something refreshing. And I'll put it this way. Last week, we had a really great match, a 2 out of 3 falls count match with Kyle and Lee Johnson. That was refreshing too. And here we go again with Kyle Fletcher putting on another banger. And I absolutely enjoy that. Mark Briscoe obviously takes the win with a J Driller. We knew that would happen. But kudos to Mark. Mark haven't been on the show. And I'm not blaming Mark for not being on the show. This is obviously a booking decision for whatever reason that he can't be on the show. But Mark, took a beating from Kyle Fletcher in this match. And I appreciated that because it was just like, all right, Kyle, been putting in the work since you haven't been here. So I didn't want it to look like Mark was just at an advantage this entire time. This was very neck and neck, even though you knew who was going to take the win. But Kyle Fletcher is a motherfucking feature. And this is why I say Tony Khan really needs to put an emphasis on these young stars. They have so much to give. And then you have Mark Briscoe, who's been in the ring for over 20 years. This is absolutely insane to see their energy on the same freaking level. Like, this is how you work with young talent. Chris Jericho and anyone else who might have an issue with working with young talent, this is how you get it done. I love this match so much. Probably one of the best Ring of Honor matches that they've had so far this year. Yeah, definitely one of the best Ring of Honor matches they've had so far this year. Matter of fact, if I were to do like a top 10 so far with Ring of Honor, Kyle Fletcher would have 4 matches on that list so far. This guy is a freaking, oh man, he's just so freaking awesome. Definitely the whole show, I wouldn't say is all that, but this match, the main event, is absolutely worth it. You would have so much fun watching this. So kudos to these guys for giving us some really great entertainment with that main event. Guys, so thanks so much for watching my review. I know sometimes these things kind of seem to be repetitive in terms of what I'm talking about. And yeah, it is. But you know, I did appreciate at least that main event made it worth sitting there for an hour and like 7 minutes. So that's like about half the time that they gave us last week, coming from like 2 hours. We need to do better. I will be going to the pay-per-view next month, and also we'll be going to 4 Ring of Honor tapings that they're doing separately aside from AEW, and I'm hoping that that would make a change since they're doing these tapings outside of Collision, so they can just focus on just giving us Ring of Honor stuff, and I hope that makes a difference. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Rampage. Bye.